She is an active member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women's Oakland Bay Area. She empowers girls, young adults, and women to be politically and socially active. She is a speaker for NAMI fighting the stigma on mental illness. She empowers and encourages women to appreciate and live their best life. And now she's encouraging you to stand up for yourself in all facets of life.
I'm going to talk to you today about sisterhood because I want to kind of share with you what I think sisterhood is. I want you to send me back your comments, what you think it is or what it isn't, what your opinion of it is, because I'm going to kind of give you my opinion as me and my friends talk about it. And we kind of go through the journey of womanhood and, kind of navigate through relationships and what that looks like. But before I do that, I do want to share with everyone, if you've not heard and you're living under a rock, that my fourth book, Trusting Someone Else's Heart, was selected to be in Germany, Frankfurt, International Book Fair. So it has been out physically in Germany. And so we'll see what rewards come from that. It is a bestseller already. I'm hoping for international bestseller, as I will be 2-time. And also I have a speaking engagement coming up with WIN conferences that's going to be in the Dubai. That's going to be in December. So I'm super excited about that. But keep checking out my website, my social media. You will always get information about what's going on, what's coming up, where it's located. And everything I speak about is really about empowering individuals, more so women. I don't have a gender really or a color attached to it because we all need something. And if I can share something with another culture, then why not? But you'll find that often I speak about empowerment, the need for progressiveness, moving onward and upward, standing up for yourself, and all the things that come with being your own powerful person. So I always talk about that. And then I also talk about business consulting, being a serial entrepreneur. I like to discuss what I know about business, what has been successful for me. I also do business coaching. And so just things kind of around the lines of that, you'll hear me speaking about all the time, and then probably other little topics. But I've written 4 books. As you know, 3 of them have been bestsellers, 1 an international bestseller, and I'm hoping for my 4th one to go from bestseller to international bestseller. So thank you for taking this journey with me. I appreciate it. This is my 2nd episode. I'm going to talk to you about sisterhood. I think that's so important, and why I wanted that to be a conversation, because this is kind of the last week of domestic violence awareness. And I'm not going to get too much into that. I've already kind of talked about that. And that's kind of a lot of my platform. I talk about conquering domestic violence. How do we do that? I'm also a certified mental health advocate, how to advocate for ourselves, advocate for our loved ones. And when do you stop and allow people to just do them? So, I'm going to get into just a little of that towards the end, not too much, but that's predominantly kind of what I speak about. But that being said, let's talk about sisterhood. So I was talking to a close friend of mine, Tara. Hey, girl. And we were talking about friendship. And she said something that was so profound to me, that she says there is no hierarchy in friendship. And the reason why we were talking about that is that we often see women that are in these cliques or in these groups, and you can always point out the one who is the leader of the gang, and the one that speaks for everybody, thinks for everybody, makes all decisions for everyone, and people just follow. And we were really kerfuffled with that, because why are people in this day and age allowing other people to take control of their mind, their body, and their soul in a way where you can tell me what to do, how to feel, and what to think? And because I'm your friend, I'm expected to think that way. So when she says there is no hierarchy in friendship, friendship should be all about equality. We all support, trust, love, care about each other on the same, even plane here. There is no this in friendship. There shouldn't be. If there is, then that's not a balanced friendship. So that being said, I have separated what I see in sisterhood in 3 different categories. You have the one category where you have the, HNIC, the one friend who's running the whole chicken coop, and everybody's telling them what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Then you have over here in the second category where you have a bunch of friends, and unbeknownst to you, you're competing with people who are supposed to be your girls. So you guys are supposed to ride for each other, support each other, help each other continue to climb, but you're not knowing there's a whole competition going on. And while people are supposed to be supporting each other, they're not doing that. They're waiting for you to fall on your face. Then you have the group over here where you have someone or people in your group who require more energy and attention, where you have to, every day you talk to them, remind them that you is kind, you is pretty, you is smart. You have those kind of friends that becomes ultimately draining on you, right? So I'm going to tell you what I think sisterhood is. And I'm coming from a standpoint of someone who grew up around boys. Like, I was the only girl and the youngest. So, and a lot of my friends are guys. The majority of my friends are still men. I grew up with men, so I get men. And I have to look at myself sometimes and say, okay, well, what can you do better to have better female relationships? And I think growing up with so many men, I kind of have a masculine energy where, you know, I don't like excuses. I don't have a lot of patience. You know, I'm a very realistic person. And I'm very no nonsense, and women require a lot more emotion, not all. And so that was something that maybe growing up with men, I was a little devout of. I didn't have a lot of. So I'm just going to tell you what I see sisterhood as: being someone that empowers, encourages, and motivates women to be the best that they absolutely can. When I speak and I talk to women about whatever the situation might be, and about them stepping out, reinventing themselves, being better tomorrow than they were today, I'm not coming to them from the stance of a sister of, you come hop on my back and I'm gonna take you there. See, I think real sisterhood for me is me going through the door and leaving the door open for you. Not closing it, not impeding you from getting into the door, because that's not sisterhood, but me making sure that the steps that I take, I give you that roadmap. Now you're going to take a different journey. You're going to have different obstacles, but as a sister, I make sure that those doors are open for you to walk in, that you have access to stuff, that I let you know about things that are going on. Sisterhood isn't to me doing everything. I got to give you the hookup. I got to make sure that that's not sisterhood. That's a burden. And let's be real. Everyone has their own journey that they have to take in life, to their own road to greatness. And you can't take my road. Even if I give you every step that I took a lot of missteps, made several mistakes, don't have a problem with any of them, but you have to get to your journey when you get there. I will never be able to give you full access to anything, but a good sister doesn't impede your journey, doesn't take away the access to you having the ability to get there on your own. That to me is real, genuine sisterhood. But some people are in the mindset that I'm a good sister if I make sure that I give you access to everything, and that I just drain myself and make sure and put you on my back and speak up for you and give you. For me, that's not sisterhood. And that's not the kind of sisterhood that I'm interested in. I think it's so important for women to check their circles. Every year I clean out my circle, because every year somebody, sneaks into the circle that you say, oh, this chick is okay, she'll operate well. And then you find out soon after that she is not who you might have thought, or not even that. It's not even have to be that severe. It just doesn't work. Sometimes it's not even a matter of pointing a finger. It's just not a good match. Everything isn't a good match. And all relationships have to work, right, in order for them to be a good match. So I think it's necessary. But for me, sisterhood is different things. Being your friend, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, and I don't want you to tell me what I want to hear. I want a friend that's going to tell me, I don't think you should have done that, or I don't appreciate that you did that, or you look a mess today, or, do this better, or you're not ready for this. That's true friendship, because a true friend wants you always to rise to the top. They don't want you to be looking like a fool and embarrassing yourself. I don't want a group of friends that you tell me, yeah, girl, yep. And everybody else looking at me like, why didn't anybody tell her? Real friendship allows you to be honest, sincere. And I find that a lot of friendships and a lot of sisterhoods are not like that. There is not the ability where you can check your friend. I allow my friends to check me. I have been checked. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. And because I'm very blunt and very upfront, sometimes a friend will be like, you could have said that a little bit nicer, or you might want to, that's the reality, but you don't always know. But that's how you find out, because you have friends that want you to be better. So I don't want the kind of sisterhood where I want you coming in, high-fiving me or looking at what I have or thinking that you know what I have and thinking that I'm looking for any. I want friends who we mutually respect each other, that we can be honest with each other, and that when they're honest with me, I receive that. I receive that legitimately, because I know that's coming from my sister, a place of love, period. I was at a vendor fair a couple of weeks ago, hosted by the Solano County Black Chamber, shameless plug. And I went around shopping at the vendors, and they were so nice, so kind, wonderful. But a lot of them were trying to give me discounts because I'm the president of the chamber. I'm like, I'm not accepting no discount. You charge me what you would charge anyone. And I say that to say is that we have to really look out for each other in a really sincere way. How, if this woman is trying to make a living doing this, how would I, as a fellow sister, allow her to discount me on something and take away some of her profit? You know, the totality of sisterhood is really how we treat each other, how we respect each other, what that looks like, and how it looks. You know, so if I'm wrong, and I may be wrong, or you may have a different perception, or you might tell me, give me some input and let me know what you think about that. But I know for me, in my circle of females, you know, yeah, we're all doing amazing. We're all very successful, but we all respect each other. We don't take life too serious, you know, and we just respect each other's space, privacy, right to be. And we're all about, how can I support you to be better? We're not looking for nothing from the other person. We don't have to benefit from the other person for any reason. We're just looking to see how we can support each other, and knowing that that's what makes us all great. And here's the thing. If you have a group and you guys are striving to be and to get there, whatever that looks like, the more you support each other, as you guys become greater and greater, that each person will open up more doors for the other person. But if you're in a group where there has to be a hierarchy, keep in mind that queen bee always has to be the queen bee. And I don't follow anybody. I don't care if you're worthy of being followed or not. I'm going to make my own mistakes because I've gotten my own lessons from them. I'm going to have my own successes that I'm going to pat myself on the back for, that I don't have to thank anybody else for. You know, it takes away from you when you are required to be in someone's shadow. And that's not a good look. It's not sisterly, and it's not loving. You know, and you also have to make sure that in your circle, you don't have the second scenario, women competing. I find that and see that, I'm done with it. I immediately remove it, because what I know, if it will sabotage you, set you up, and bring a lot of negative energy. And the women that are in my circle, you know, we laugh, we enjoy life. And that's one thing that we don't do, you know, and we're not perfect women, but we try to be supportive of each other, not bring negative energy to each other. And we also look out for folks that need a lot of hand coddling. Like I have 2 kids. I'm not looking to be in a sisterhood where I got to hear about you and not tomfoolery that you're insisting to stay in. And maybe it might sound a little unsisterly, but I think what's unsisterly is you assuming that I was put on this earth only for you, when I have my own objectives. So I think that just like marriage, friendships have to be evenly yoked. And I think when they're not, be okay letting them go. Be okay saying, listen, this ain't working for me. I'm done with that situation. But every friend that you have should be rooting for you to be great, should be rooting for you. Like I have friends where they have friends that I don't necessarily deal with, that's not my business. I don't tell them who to associate with, because just because I don't like someone, they may have a great relationship. We may just not hit it off. It's just friendship has no hierarchy. And I think that's the title to this episode. Friendship and sisterhood has no hierarchy. And I think when Tara said that, she said it best. And when you have friendships, you shouldn't have anyone who thinks that they're the leader, that it all should be even. It should be about everyone in that group. And everyone should be able to support, love each other, and tell you something, even if you don't want to hear it, and you understand that it's coming from a good place. So I want to hear your comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about my video, but tell me what you think about sisterhood. Even if you're a man, I want to know what you think. Are guys like this? Do men operate in the same fashion? What kind of obstacles do men have to deal with in their relationships? I'm curious to know. So check me out for another episode. They will be every Monday. You will find my episodes uploaded on YouTube. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for sharing this episode with me. And have a great week. But in respect of October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, as well as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the importance of women celebrating each other to the best of their ability. And I think it kind of falls in line well with sisterhood. Part of sisterhood is if you see your sister is going through some stuff and she's not in a healthy relationship, and you know she needs some help, it's our responsibility to speak out for that person, and let them know that we're here to support them, help them come up with a plan to get out of the situation. A lot of women stay in domestic violence situations because the abuser is not only in control of them and their mind, but they're in control of the finances. So that's why a plan is important. To have someone leave, and you know, people wonder about this often when people go back, but they go back because they don't have anything. They don't have a plan in place. So when they leave, yeah, they go back. They go back because he's got all the finances, he's in control, and they don't see a plan for themselves. So if you are friends or in a sisterhood with someone who is a domestic violence victim, I would strongly encourage you to sit down with them when you can, how you can, and devise a plan, a strategic plan for them to be able to get out of their situation. Because maybe they're not in a position to leave right now, but help them get things in place, another bank account, access to another phone, having a support system in place, restraining orders, things that are going to ensure their safety, but let them know that they have something in place that often can give you confidence to make the move and make the steps that you need to. So for all of those who are domestic violence survivors that are men and women and children, definitely create a plan for yourself, draw close to family and friends that can support you, contact agencies, and make sure that if you need help that you contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline number as well. So best of luck to everyone, and we'll see you soon.